in a global engineering project of extraordinary scale. Shell is building a giant floating facility that will liquefy natural gas at sea.
It's amazing. It's very big, it's very impressive, and it's a fantastic achievement by everybody.
With its half-kilometre-long hull now afloat in South Korea, 2014 saw huge advances for the project around the world. In Spain, brute strength and searing heat form the mooring chains that will hold Prelude in position.
Every day we manufacture around 50 tons. That means 150 links, more or less.
17 kilometres of chain with 24,500 links will be produced. In France, tests are underway on groundbreaking arms that will transfer the liquefied natural gas directly onto ships.
It is effectively the first time we're running the Prelude LNG loading arm at cryogenic conditions. Yeah, it is exciting.
Chilled to minus 162 degrees centigrade, the natural gas will be transported as a cryogenic liquid.
Good result. Very happy.
The first of many safety tests succeeds. In Malaysia, subsea equipment that will control the gas flow from Prelude's 7 wells is being checked for leaks.
We are pressuring it up to 10,000 psi, which is about 300 times the pressure of your car tires. Because it's so big and it's the final test, yes, they still get nervous, never mind how many times you do it.
The huge pressure holds, proving the kit is fit for use. In South Korea, the installation of a pipe network 450 kilometers long is well underway.
Looks like a human body full of arteries and veins with blood flowing in between.
There are more than 450,000 piping components to connect. Across the shipyard, one of the vast storage tanks is about to receive a pump tower. This will take its liquefied gas up to deck for offloading.
Last time it was windy and it was very tricky.
The 50-ton structure is safely coaxed through the narrow opening.
Okay, it's going down.
In Dubai, part of the 30-story turret, which allows Prelude to weather vane, is ready to set sail for South Korea.
Every day when I wake up and I see components this side, you know, I'm struck with awe.
In Australia, construction finishes on the onshore supply base.
Well, mate. Thank you very much.
Everything required to support Prelude's remote location 200 kilometres from shore will be shipped from here.
The warehouse is completely empty now, but within a week things will start coming in. It's going to be terrific to see.
In Texas, Prelude's mooring cable is strength tested to the point of destruction.
This wire rope is the biggest mooring wire rope that has ever been brake load tested. So now we're over the 2,500 tons.
It passes the required strength and now it's pushed to the limit.
More wires are going. It's still in one piece. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Incredible. Wow, what a huge bang.
The sample outperforms strength requirements. In Korea, the first of the huge gas processing modules is being lifted onto the hull.
You go over onto the quayside and you see it then coming like the tower block floating through the air. Fantastic. I got the goosebumps again.
The 4,800-ton module is floated to its new home.
At this stage we're about 100 mil off. They'll do the last adjustment, so when we do touch down, that's it, we won't be coming up, and this module will be staying here for the next 25 years or more. Well done, Mr. Lee.
Thank you very much.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Piece by piece, step by step, across 4 continents and involving thousands of people, the vision of Prelude continues to become a reality.
I'm delighted. Absolutely delighted.
Very good.
Couldn't have asked for better, really.
Far off the coast of Western Australia, deep beneath the ocean, lies a remote reserve of natural gas. But reaching it has been considered too challenging, until now. So Shell has embarked on what it calls the Prelude project. Instead of piping gas to land, Shell will liquefy natural gas at sea. And here at the Samsung shipyard in South Korea, the vision is becoming a reality. As the idea turned to steel,
the journey begins because we're going to build the floating energy facility.
The steel turned to blocks.
Think of it as Lego. Lots of these blocks being put together. It's huge.
And the blocks turned into the hull.
The success of this project's in our hands at the end of the day.
Now the team is preparing for its greatest test yet. It's time to launch the biggest hull ever sent to sea. Willie Gray is getting ready to make history. In less than 24 hours, his team will float a hull measuring nearly half a kilometre long and weighing more than 200,000 tonnes. It's a moment that's been years in the planning, but they will have just 2 hours to make it happen.
So we have from 7 a.m. till about 8:45 is the tidal window. So it's quite short actually, and if we don't achieve it then, the next one is in the evening, but that's in total darkness, and we have to wait until the following morning again. So everything's geared up to meet that key timing on Saturday morning.
During that time, the hull will be navigated across the harbour, where the next stage of construction awaits.
So it's a great day, and of course for any Scotsman, it's St Andrew's Day, so we absolutely have to meet that target.
And getting to this target has been a remarkable achievement. In May, this dry dock was nearly empty. Less than 8 months later sits the largest hull ever built.
It's a fantastic site, it really is.
For Hugh Jones, it means the task of fitting the liquefaction modules can now begin. Each year, these modules will produce enough natural gas to meet the needs of a city larger than Hong Kong.
There are 14 different modules, all doing different things. Each module weighs on average about 5,500 tonnes. So right here in front of you today was about a quarter of it sitting on this quayside.
Inside the dry dock, the engineers are making one last inspection. Because once launched, it will be 25 years before Prelude will return.
Here we are standing in the moon pool area. This is where we introduce the gas and liquids so they can be processed on the top sides.
Tomorrow morning, the structure must be floated off these support blocks, then navigated safely out of the dry dock. There is no margin for error.
This draft, 80 centimetres, it's not very much, it's tight, but we're in good hands.
No one's nervous. We're in good hands. SHI are experts at this. This is what they do.
As temperatures dip to zero, the launch team gets ready to start. At 9:15, right on schedule, the vast valves to the dry dock open. And Willie Gray is watching closely.
Well, it's now 20 to 11 at night, and we commenced filling the dock actually at 9:15. There's 60 persons on board have been positioned at strategic locations. That's a precautionary measure. We're expecting to commence floating sometime around about 1 to 1:30 tomorrow morning, and at 7 o'clock when it comes first light, we should commence to tow out from the dock.
In the early hours of the morning, Prelude starts to float. By daybreak, the hull is standing tall.
Morning, Mr. Ann. How are you? No wind.
Conditions for launch are near perfect.
Weather's just above freezing. It's just getting the first light. It's going to be a brilliant day, and everybody's looking forward to the big event.
The tugboats jostle into position. 9 are needed for the short journey across the harbour. And with that sound, Prelude slips out of the dry dock.
Okay.
Amazing. It's very big, it's very impressive, and it's a fantastic achievement by everybody.
Fantastic, amazing, unbelievable. We made it.
We are very proud of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can say it in French. Fantastic.
It's a special moment for the Prelude team, and there to witness is a crowd of nearly 500 people.
All the families of Shell and of Technip here as well, they've all come to Korea. You know, it's a big step for them to be working here too, and for them to be part of this great event is absolutely fantastic. It's really great to have that.
Will you forget this? Will you forget this? It's absolutely fantastic. Unbelievable. By the time we put our modules on, it's going to be higher than that accommodation block, the whole length. They're clear.
After 18 million hours of design and development, including 14 months in construction, Prelude slides gracefully across the water. For Willie Gray, there's time for a snapshot for the family album and a pat on the back from the boss.
No, he certainly isn't. No.
Well done, mate. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah. Today, they can celebrate, but tomorrow, it's back to work. Because once moored, a whole new phase of the project is about to begin.